Hello, everyone. Welcome to our annual sales and marketing meeting. I'm excited to see a few new faces. Thank you for taking the time out to attend today. I want to be cognizant of your time, so we're going to go ahead and get started right away to jump right into the information that we have for you. So today we are going to discuss the market recommendations based on the sales data from 2020 through 2022. I trust that you've all had a chance to take a look at the direct sales reports, so we won't go over those today. Instead, we will take a look at the analysis of the market, growth comparisons across the regions, and discuss recommendations for moving forward. For those of you who have not met me, my name is Connie Welcher, and I am a marketing analyst for IHP Co. And I've been with the company now for about 6 years. I was asked by our CEO, Zachary Weiser, to give the presentation today. I'm going to go ahead and close my screen so that you can see the whole presentation slide without any distractions. So let's jump right into the market analysis. The department took the raw sales data and looked for patterns, external factors, and growth trends to determine if there are any factors that we can duplicate in other varying markets. So here we have the overall sales map for 2020 through 2022. Figure 1 is based on pure raw data of where IHP markets are globally and their sizes in comparison to the others. Now keep in mind that these numbers coincide with a global pandemic that also had a negative effect on the sales and sales growth. The first pattern we recognized was the opportunity for regional expansion into underrepresented areas. You can see that our largest markets continue to be in Europe and North America, but currently IHP has no market in Africa and only a small market in Asia. Through research, we found that many of the fastest growing countries are in these regions. In Figure 2, we see a list of the top 10 fastest growing countries based on GDP. A growing GDP indicates actual growth trends in infrastructure and commercial construction. The construction growth opens up new markets that are already experiencing organic growth. Now compare a map of our markets to the top 10 countries mapped out, and we see the marketing potential. We also looked at growth comparison of the percentage of growth from each country. We calculated the growth per each year and identify trends, if any, growth trends being the best indicator of a thriving market. We also compared them to the average across the markets to identify any underperforming markets as well. And again, a major indicator jumped off the page immediately. As you can see, compared to our overall sales data in Figure 2, the growth index in Figure 4 looks a little different. Individual unit sales continue to be the highest in North America and European markets. But when we look at the percentage of growth overall, we see that those markets are hitting a plateau effect, while the market in Asia looks to be fluctuating heavily. We took a closer look at different factors that could be contributing to these variations in the market and determined that the drastic increase in growth in China and the decline in both Japan and Korea correlated to their countries hosting the Olympics. When compared to other markets, both Japan and Korea are trending similarly. We determined that what looks like a decline in growth may actually be the market correcting itself after being overstimulated by a global event. So here in this figure, we take a look at the timeline starting just before our market data. We see that South Korea hosted the Winter Olympics in 2018, and Japan hosted the Summer Olympics in 2021. What we see is a dip in the sales immediately following these events in both countries. At the same time, we saw a spike in China preceding their hosting the Winter Olympics in 2022. Based on the analysis, we believe that the data for these markets has been over-exaggerated, both positively for China and negatively for Japan and Korea. However, it also indicates that because these events are scheduled well in advance and those schedules are known, we can focus on these markets and adjust to take advantage of these temporary market fluxes. You can better see the effect in Figure 5, where China's outlier data is included in the growth comparison. With the affected data included, it is in the results are shifted, making most of the markets look like they're underperforming compared to the overall average. Whereas in Figure 6, on the right, we see that with the affected data excluded, it shows a more realistic comparison of the remaining countries' performances. So in actuality, many of the countries are performing close to or above average. We can also see in Figure 6 that both France and Italy are already seeing that increase in sales, possibly due to the increased commercial construction in preparation for their upcoming Olympics. So what did we learn from this? When examining the data, external factors must be taken into consideration to determine if growth is due to actual organic sales trends or if it's a result of a temporary factor affecting the data that will allow for, and this will allow for more stable marketing strategy. We believe that we can forecast sales opportunities by comparing the current growth in China to that of France and Italy in the near future and other global regions based on global events. We expect a significant spike in sales in these two regions in the next 3 years, followed by a perceived drop when the market readjusts. And we expect to see this pattern happen time and time again as these global events occur regularly. So, based on the analysis of the data, we recommend 2 major shifts in sales strategy. First, to maintain consistent growth trends, we need to be servicing those areas that are growing the fastest. By expanding into new regions will help develop new markets and take advantage of actual global growth. Second, by taking advantage of prospective commercial growth by following global event trends, we will allow for growth spikes and increased sales in markets that we already established in. We feel that going forward, this 2-prong approach will increase sales and drive new markets. So now I will stop for any questions. Well, before we close, if you do have any questions, feel free to contact me. My contact information is on the screen. Thanks for attending and your consideration for today, and have a wonderful rest of your day.